Let me pull up Box Office Mojo about it too.
Want to know how I got these scars?
I mean, his performance is so good.
It's so good. You know, what we should tie in with this is that it is official that they're doing a Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, that's right.
Well, they're probably doing a Jared Leto Joker movie too.
Right.
So lame. That's so lame.
I just
Joaquin Phoenix I mean, I'll see it. I would not see a Jared Leto led Joker movie.
I still haven't seen Suicide Squad, so
Well, you're not missing much.
Yeah. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. All right. Let's go ahead.
Swear to me. It's good. Previously on Incredible Critics.
Well, speaking of cults, I've actually been watching Wild Wild Country. I know, but I was bored.
Wait, maybe you won't find yourself the same way as I found it. But like, I'm watching it and I want to be like, parts of it, I'm like, these guys are getting played. Like, these people are idiots. And then there's other parts of it, I'm like, oh, that seems kind of like a good idea. I kind of know what they're doing. Like, I kind of feel bad for them at parts. And you're like, no, they're stupid. And you're like, oh, this is great. And you're like, no, I get it. I get what they're doing.
This is how Frankie gets sucked into a cult.
I contemplated for a hot minute, and I was like, no, it's fine. And then it makes
you don't look good
like,
in red.
No, well, those clothes look super comfy, though. They're in, like, the geese from Dragon Ball Z.
We are the Incredible Critics. Incredible, not because we're great, but because our credibility should seriously be questioned. I am Ben Franco. This week, we are going to be talking about what we've been watching in our What's On section, and then talking about a little movie that came out a decade ago this week. Joining me, as always, Tim Lasers Gruber.
Pew pew. What up, Ben?
And Frankie is mysteriously absent again. Not mysteriously, he did tell us, but let's pretend.
He told us that he would be mysteriously absent.
Right.
And so we don't know where Frankie is.
And by that, I mean he told us, but we don't know exactly where he is at this moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And he could have been here, except he wanted to record a day early, and then Tim and I never responded.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Frankie. You're probably listening to this now.
Poor Frankie.
Frankie.
Hey, Frankie. Hey, buddy.
Oh, Tim, what's been going on?
Not a lot, man. Not a lot. We got a pool last week in our backyard.
Nice. Above ground
baby pool. By baby, I mean it's like 8 feet wide and 2 feet.
Oh.
So it's not tiny. It's actually large. But
yeah, we just got one of those because Noel's birthday is coming up, and so we wanted to have something for kids to play in. So
yes, it's good to it's fun. We just got something on sale for ridiculous, and we decided, you know what? Our girls are small enough, but they like swimming, that like it's cheaper than buying a pool pass at the local
totally
pool joint. I don't know what they call it. Pool hall.
Jaunt.
And pool hall. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, the pool hall. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we pulled the trigger on that. So that's been fun and crazy. And just been living the life. What about you, Ben?
Work's been crazy. That's been pretty much it. That's been pretty much it. And then yesterday I spent half the day moving around furniture.
Epic. Wait, at your own house?
No. So like
someone else's house?
my in-laws decided on just randomly to go to Costco and get new furniture.
Oh,
because when Costco has furniture, like you kind of got to get it right when it's time to get it, because otherwise it's like sold out in like a week. So we went, got them furniture, brought it to their house, and brought it inside. Then that furniture we then took up to my brother-in-law because he decided to take the furniture. So brought that furniture up to his place, and then took his furniture and loaded it up to get to the dump.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So
moved
it was
3 different
yeah.
sets of furniture.
Ooh,
Yeah, it was fun.
fun.
It was fun. It was fun. I was tired. I slept well last night.
Yeah,
But-
that's good. That's
but
always good.
Then yeah, just work, and then
Working hard for the
work.
money.
Yeah, more money, more problems. Tim, have you been paying attention to Prime Day at all?
Very little, but only because we started VBS today.
Nah.
So I was running around because the first day of VBS at our church is the day that I'm there the longest. So it was crazy, but I saw a few good deals on there. Some gaming headsets for people to play Fortnite with specifically.
Of course. I haven't seen. So it just started. Well, by the time anybody listens to this, yesterday. But if you're listening to this the day it comes out, we release on Tuesday. It is all day today that you can get deals on Amazon Prime. And if you don't have an Echo device or want to get another Echo device, now is the time to buy it.
Yeah.
All of them are
deals.
like 30 to 50% off. Echo Dots for $30. I think the regular Echo is down to 70 new and I think 60 refurbished. So that's $30 to $40 off. And then the Echo Pro, I think it's Pro. No, Echo Plus is down to 100 from 150.
Ooh.
Yeah. New, and I think 90. I think it's 90 refurbished, if I'm remembering correctly.
That's not too shabby.
No, all really, really good deals. We've talked about them. By the way, do you still have the Google Home?
Yeah, I still have not opened it. So there's that.
Okay. All right. Well, then I won't ask you your thoughts.
Okay, good.
But I love my Echo devices. They are fantastic. We have 5 dots, including one sitting right next to me. Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
So if I shout out like, "Hey Alexa," will it hear?
No, I don't think so.
Just for the people listening right now.
Yeah, just for the people listening. It's
good.
Go, Alexa, play Incredible Critics. That's what you want it.
Yeah.
Oh, see, now I heard me.
Now she's doing
Alexa, stop.
You should say, Alexa, play Elder Scrolls.
Oh, that's right.
What you should do.
I haven't tried that because that just seems awful.
I think you have to download it. It's one of those.
Yeah.
Whatever they're called.
But yeah, it's a game that you can play. That's like
it's like
a audio version of
Elder Scrolls. Yeah.
Which, yeah, that'd be intense. But yeah, definitely check out Amazon Prime in all of its glory. It's the best.
Yeah, real crazy deals.
Yeah. If you're looking for something, if you've been thinking about purchasing something, check on it now because there may be like a crazy deal on it. Anyway, let's get into talking about what we've been watching and what's on. That music is significantly louder than our intro. I need to work on that.
That was pretty loud. Woo!
We'll call that my bad. Tim, you said that you've been watching something other.
I watched some Stargate this week.
Oh,
it was great. No, yeah, I did. So today, that we're recording this, July 16th. Nathan Fillion has been teasing something big. So for those who don't know who he is, Nathan Fillion is the star from Castle, from Firefly. I only watched Firefly. He's been in tons of other stuff.
Most notably, Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
Yeah, I guess. That might be the second biggest fan thing he's ever done. However, the first biggest fan thing was released today, where Nathan Fillion finally got to play Nathan Drake from Naughty Dog's Uncharted game series. They did.
For half of our listeners, you're just saying a bunch of words. And
I know.
And form a sentence.
Basically, he was part of a fan film where he played the character that everybody said he needs to play forever. And then he kind of gained a little bit of weight and could not fit in that character at all. And then he lost some weight, and now he's playing Nathan Drake. Anyways, it's like 15-minute long fan film that has Nathan Fillion in it. It has what's his name? Lang. Stephen Lang, was a bad guy in Avatar. He's been in tons of stuff.
And to say fan film is really underselling just how good the production is on this.
It is basically just a short. It's as good as the Marvel one shots that they used to do.
Yeah.
That they would put on the DVDs of like Iron Man 2 and stuff. It really is that good quality wise, and they have like amazing actors, and it's tons of action and all kinds of stuff. A little bit of language, but it's
like on the low end. This was
tamer.
probably a $20,000 shoot.
On
the low end.
Look, it's a fan film in only that it's not officially licensed from Sony or from Naughty Dog. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
So it counts as a fan film.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It was phenomenal. I just watched it tonight, and it's 14 and almost 15 minutes of right out of the video game.
Nice.
Right out of the game. Nathan Drake, tricking some bad dudes, stealing some stuff, shooting things, and discovering stuff about history, because he's basically like the new Indiana Jones. So anyways, I just encourage people who dig any kind of video games to check that out, because it was sick.
Nice. I've been rewatching a couple of things like in the background while I'm working around the house and stuff like that. Rewatched La La Land. Still love it.
Frankie's favorite.
Still love it. Here's the kind of the realization I came to. If you're looking at it as a movie about Hollywood or about the movie industry, I can understand why people don't like it. If that's like the main plot line in your head about the movie. But if you're looking at it as a movie about their relationship and then it just happens to be set in the film industry,
right,
I think it makes it for a more enjoyable movie.
Yeah, I hear that.
Especially the ending, I think, is a very different take on the traditional love story, and to me, it's a perfect ending. Fun fact that I found out. So La La Land, directed by Damien Chazelle, who prior to making La La Land wrote and directed Whiplash, which is a phenomenal film if you've ever seen it. But what I didn't know, before he decided to direct Whiplash, he was a writer and almost directed 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's wild.
Now, while I don't look down on him for his career decisions, because I love Whiplash and I like La La Land a lot, I kind of want to see what a Damien Chazelle Cloverfield movie would look like.
Yeah.
That intrigues me.
That'd be very interesting. Yeah.
It might not work at all, but it's an intriguing proposition that I'm okay on. Maybe someday we'll see a sci-fi film by him. But the other thing that I rewatched is Arrival.
Okay, yeah.
With Amy Adams. And I realized without spoiling Arrival, though it came out 2 years ago, so I shouldn't be that worried. But after having a child, I can't enjoy any movies.
Yeah, right? That movie, dude.
The whole subplot of that movie, the whole subplot of that movie just like destroyed me and hit me in a completely different way than when I first saw it before having a child. Yeah. That's all I'll say there.
Yes.
It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah, right?
I was cutting onions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's intense too. Because even knowing what's happening, no, as a parent, ooh.
Yeah. No, like I knew where the movie was going.
Right.
But the way that it gets there, I was still just like, oh my gosh, no.
Yeah.
No.
And then you realize, wait, I'm a parent.
No.
Not okay.
But it's a beautiful film if you haven't seen it. Not your traditional sci-fi film. If you're turned off by science, I feel like it's a type of movie. If you're turned off by science fiction, it's a good science fiction film to watch. Because it has sci-fi elements, but it's not like really sci-fi. But
yeah, I hear you.
So yeah, so we wanted to discuss and talk about a movie that came out 10 years ago this week, July 18th, 2008. A little film you may have seen came out.
Where do we begin? A year ago, these cops and lawyers wouldn't dare cross any of you. I mean, what happened?
So what are you proposing?
It's simple. Kill the Batman.
Yes, 10 years ago this week, The Dark Knight came out.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I just want to talk about it. There are a lot of great, if you follow any film blogs, there are a lot of great pieces out, kind of retrospectives on The Dark Knight. This, I mean, it's well documented on the podcast, is my favorite superhero movie to ever come out. And I mean, really, to me, it really changed the way that you think about superhero movies. I mean, before Batman Begins and The Dark Knight came out, I mean, the movies were just totally different. Let's see. So for like Warner Brothers / DC, before this, you had Batman and Robin in 1997.
Why'd you start with like one of the worst ones?
I'm just going chronologically. Then in 2004, you had Catwoman. 2005, you had Constantine, one of the more okay ones.
Yeah.
Then you had Batman Begins. Superman Returns in 2006. And then 2008, you had The Dark Knight. On Marvel's side, you had a lot more movies, but still, 2004, you had The Punisher, Spider-Man 2, Blade Trinity. Then 2005, Elektra, Fantastic Four. 2006, X-Men: The Last Stand. 2007, Ghost Rider, Spider-Man 3. I mean, yeah, then 2008, the same year, you had Iron Man come out.
Right.
And then The Incredible Hulk, and then the follow-up to The Punisher. So, I mean, it just really changed, I think. I mean, you and Frankie will probably debate a lot of the crazy things that I'll say about The Dark Knight, but I felt like it changed public perception about superhero films. It brought superhero films to a broader audience. It made $533 million in domestic box office, just over $1 billion worldwide. This was one of my favorite theater going experiences. I think I saw it probably 3 or 4 times in the theaters, including once in 70 millimeter IMAX. It's Heath Ledger as the Joker is one of the best acted characters, if not the best acted character in any superhero film, and better than most actors in action films in general. Tim, I mean, what are your thoughts looking back, 10 years ago on The Dark Knight?
Man, for sure, a phenomenal film. Definitely pivotal in modern superhero era. I think. I mean, what else is there to say? Like you were saying, Heath Ledger's performance was just, he knocked it out of the park. He took a character that people have known for many, many years. He's the Batman villain, and just went a whole other place on a whole nother level with it. And so for people who dug the comics, I mean, it was like, wow, this is like what a real life Joker would be like. Just the guy just wanting all this anarchy and destruction and laughing about it to the end. He really rocked that. And so much practical effects stuff with this movie.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest things that stood out between Iron Man and this. There was some good practical stuff in Iron Man, but it wasn't a sequel to the biggest relaunch of a character. Iron Man was not Iron Man wasn't even a super popular character in as far as the comic book characters go. He was not even like top 10. But Marvel, had to do something with them, and they did what they did, and it was awesome. But that set the two movies apart drastically. I mean, outside of that, the cinematography, every single shot in this movie is just like visual gold,
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, we can tell this story that has a superhero, it has a super villain. There's nothing super about anybody in either of these movies.
Right. They're both normal people.
Yes. But we can,
quote unquote.
well, yeah, but we can tell this story. It can be very believable, and it can be very grounded, and it can have some of the most amazing shots in all of film history in it. And that was just huge for this.
Yeah, I mean, one of the rare films where the sequel is better. I've never heard anybody really argue that The Dark Knight wasn't better than Batman Begins. It's like unequivocally the best out of the trilogy. To put it into some perspective, Batman Begins worldwide only made 374 million.
Yeah.
So you're literally talking, it made almost 3 times the amount of the movie that came before it, because it was such a good performance. And I don't think we've seen a movie that is that cohesive since then. I think what Marvel's built up is, equally impressive, but in a completely different way.
Yes, definitely.
What they've built out with the Avengers is unlike anything else in cinema. But what Christopher Nolan did with The Dark Knight, I mean, like I said, to me, it is still the best, hands down, the best superhero film, and probably one of the best action films of since we turned into 2000.
Yeah, right. No, it was phenomenal. And again, just going back to those like practical effects, they're basically like flipping trucks practically.
Right.
They're doing all these, not just pyrotechnic, just like ridiculous shots too, with these like huge cameras.
Yeah.
And shooting in America's favorite city, Pittsburgh. I mean, what else can you say?
What else can you say? Yeah, I mean, in just the nuances to Heath Ledger's character, I think are what like really draw me to that performance. The way I was reading some of the like behind the scenes things like today, and like these articles, the way that he licked his lips like just started with, he had this like natural tendency to want to lick the prosthetic that was on his face, and so he decided to just build that into his character to make him kind of have this disgusting habit of licking these scars. And just the way he like opens his mouth and like everything about the nuances to how he performs, it's so drastically different and such an impressive performance.
He's like 100% in on. I'm not ever like, even rewatching this movie a dozen times, I'm not sitting there like, wow, that's Heath Ledger. Look at old Heathy boy. Like you're not thinking he's all in on that character, and it's he sells it entirely.
it really makes me wonder, like, you have such a perfect performance as the Joker, which before Heath Ledger, nobody thought you could do the Joker better than Jack Nicholson, right? Nobody.
And when you rewatch that, ooh, that does not hold up.
No, not at all.
That didn't hold up 10 years after that.
No. But it was still the bar, and Heath Ledger just destroyed it. I don't know why they're trying to force another Joker film or films.
Yeah, it's tough. So this week, in lieu of all this week, we just got officially announced, it's been rumored for a while, but officially Joaquin Phoenix is moving forward with a Joker movie with a director. I can't remember which director it is. And funny enough, like years ago, Joaquin Phoenix told WB, "Hey, I'd love to do a super like a villain movie. I'd love something like the Joker, but I don't want to touch the Joker, but something." And now,
I mean, to be fair, I feel like he's the type of actor that could.
Yes. Yeah. And it will be more of a period. It's actually going to be more of like an origin story. And it sounds like set in the 80s, something like that.
Gotcha.
But as a past, and who knows if that's the other thing. Who knows if it's even connected to anything. They're gonna make 3 or 4 different Joker things, and like you said, why force it? Right.
Yeah, Todd Phillips looks to be directing that film.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, even the way that they introduced the Joker, right? It's not a Joker origin story, but yet they introduce how chaotic his mind is slowly throughout the film, so that his origin doesn't matter. Like, he is just chaos in a living person. He's just walking chaos,
pure anarchy.
Yeah, and his where he came from or why he is that way doesn't matter. And yeah, I don't want a Joker origin story. I don't need a Joker origin story. Like, there are a lot of other villains in Batman that you can go into. So why try to live up to that?
Yeah, and I don't want that from the director of The Hangover Part 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Although, hear me out. Zach Galifianakis as the Joker.
Oh.
That might be just a big enough train wreck that I'd watch.
I would watch it as well. I quite honestly don't want to see Jared Leto play the Joker at all. And now Jared Leto is signed on one of Sony's Marvel projects.
And I thought he would be good. I actually did think he'd be good. But
yeah, he really wasn't in anything long enough to even determine whether it was good or not. And yeah.
Well, I mean, in honor of The Dark Knight, I'm probably going to rewatch the movie this week. It's one of those movies. It's just good to rewatch it every now and then. You can always throw it on and there's something new, specifically from Heath Ledger, who just chews up the scenery. I'm convinced he's 10 times the actor of anybody else in the film. And that's not to say that the other actors are bad. It's just to say how good he is. Like, Michael Caine is phenomenal in everything. And he doesn't come close to matching Heath Ledger's performance. So get out there, rewatch The Dark Knight this week, specifically on July 18th. That'd be tomorrow. By the time you listen to this, go rewatch it.
Do it.
And let us know your thoughts on The Dark Knight. Tuna, Andrew Moore, and Joe Carey on them. I'm looking at you.
We know we're going to hear from you guys.
We know we're going to hear from you. Connect with us on Twitter at 3CriticsPod, on Facebook, facebook.com/IncredibleCritics. Go on iTunes, give us a rating. Go on YouTube and subscribe. That way you can see us while we talk about it and all that fun stuff. Until next week, we're the podcast the internet deserves. I'm really getting the ending down. I finally got the timing down.
The
on
timing?
all of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That only took 62 episodes.
You know what? 62 times the charm. Incredible fans.
That's my life motto.
62 times the charm. Every 62th time is every time.